Hey guys, Romie here. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for Scandal, Season 7, Episode 14, The List. Now, this episode, at first I was upset because I said, now, wait a minute now. They're giving us... I was upset because they gave us old Scandal where we actually solve a case. Towards the end of the series. Really? But I guess, look, we have to take what we can get with this show. So... Romie Reviews. I'm reviewing Scandal, Season 7, Episode 14, The List. And please like, comment, subscribe. We see this cute girl. She's there. She's talking to, it sounds like it was either her father or her roommate. And she went to go and buy a gun. And we don't know why. Next thing we know, Olivia goes, she visits Abby. And she's trying to convince Abby that it is Cyrus! It is Cyrus, it is Cyrus, it is Cyrus. Why can't you see that it is Cyrus? You work with him, you know what he's capable of. It is Cyrus. He's the one that set this whole thing up. He wants to go and claim the White House. And she's able to convince Red. So now Red's going to have to go and get QPA on the case, but not tell them that's from Olivia. If they know it's from Olivia, they're not going to do it. Melly's on the floor because she threw her back out. And Melly and Jake, they get close for a moment in this episode. It's kind of weird. Excuse me. So now Jake, he's trying to figure out again, how did Cyrus's plane get hacked? It makes no sense. Either someone was really good at coding and they're trying to make it look messy, or it really was a messy sloppy job. And so I'm thinking, oh Lord, this is going to be a mess. Olivia, I guess Olivia and Fitz are cool enough to where she actually met Marcus at Fitz's place. What is it? The Fitzgerald? No, it's the Fitzgerald agency or something like that. The Fitzgerald Grant Institute. So this father comes and he talks about how his daughter loves Olivia Pope, how she admired Olivia Pope, modeled her whole career after Olivia Pope. And she's a really good girl. She's a really good girl. And she was proud of seeing someone who looked like her on TV in a position of power. That's why she came to Washington. But now she's missing. He hasn't heard from her and he needs help. He needs Olivia Pope's help because Olivia's saying, well, you know, I can refer you to some people. It's like, no. She came here because of you. Listen to me. You have to listen to the people sometimes. She came here because of you. I need your help. So then Olivia goes, she brings it to Fitz, and now they're going to go and start doing some digging. Abby goes and says that it was David that gave her the intel about, maybe it was an inside job. Maybe it was Cyrus. So Abby's able to convince them to go and work on this, even though Charlie's over it, because he's trying to convince Quinn, what are you doing? You remember the last time we interfered with the White House and what happened? I don't want to lose you. Quinn said that's not going to happen this time. We're soldiered up. We're all good. No problems. So Olivia goes and visits the missing woman's roommate, and she shows her, almost feels like a mural, and it's of Olivia Pope, and you know Olivia was eating this up. She was eating it up, but she was there to do a job. So now we're trying to figure out, how is this hard-working, young, accomplished black woman, what happened to her? And her roommate lets it be known that she worked really hard, and even though I thought she deserved it, I got a full-time job after our internship, and she did it. So now we're trying to figure out why that happened. And I think she lets it slip that there was an issue with her boss, so now they're going to look into him. Which, I said, okay, cool. Fitz kind of irked me, the way how Fitz was making it seem, how Fitz was downplaying things. But let's move on. There was an email exchange between this young girl and essentially, it's not really her boss. It's kind of like the assistant to her boss who virtually makes decisions. Interesting concept. Okay. But that's actually usually how it is. But they see that, there's the email exchange. there was a whole thing of someone didn't play the game, or because I didn't play the game, I lost this opportunity. Now they're looking into, wait a minute, is this Harvey Weinstein? Is this some crooked, you go and sleep with me, I give you a job type of thing? Yeah, sure is. So now Mellie, she's apologizing to Cyrus, telling Cyrus she's so sorry. Cyrus said, you're making the right... First of all, let's be very clear. Cyrus would have blown up that plane quick, fast, and in a hurry if it was Mellie on there. Even if it was supposed to be fake, he would have done it instantly. So Mellie says, look, she's going to do everything she can to make sure that she finds out who did it. And I'm thinking, he's right there. He's right there. It's him. It's him. It's him. It's just Cyrus. It's Cyrus. Anyway, QPA is trying to go and look at the code, try to figure out everything, try to figure out how and why, who did it. And when I say who did it, right now they're told it was Cyrus, but they have to make sure, they have to prove it. So right now it's still a who did it type of situation. Abby seeing Cyrus on this interview and says, wow, he's really manipulating the country, getting all of this sympathy. Charlie's still over it, but we're gonna have to move forward. Right now, Abby's kind of dodging some questions left and right, like, and what was the intel? What were the details? And interesting that David, he's on the plane, and wait, he's going to recuse himself from the case because there's a conflict of interest? Interesting. Now Cyrus, he's talking to his, I guess, the man that actually did the hacking job, and said, look, don't worry about a thing. There's people looking into this, but we're better. We'll find a way. We'll be able to flip this. And I said, okay, we'll see how this works. So Olivia and Marcus, I actually like seeing them. It felt right. It felt right. It did. Maybe Miss Harrison a little bit too, but Harrison screwed up. So, I mean, Columbus Short screwed up. So that's that. But I thought it was interesting how they had the list and they had the different names for the list. So, essentially, the missing girl was, what was it, like virgin vegan or something like that? It was something of that sort, essentially meaning that she's pure, can't be tainted, and she won't work here. She didn't play the game, so she's not going to get the opportunity. And so Olivia said, listen to how this works. You actually think, it was funny, Olivia didn't realize this, and I just realized this. Marcus was looking at the guy, and we kept hearing this phone go off, and Olivia was grilling this guy, saying, so you went and you have this list. You have this list where these girls have to play the game in order to get this opportunity. So they have to sleep with you and your colleagues, the white overlords, the colonizers, sleep with them in order to get a footing. And then there's just puppets afterwards, regardless of the situation. And yet you found someone that couldn't be tainted, and then you disbarred her, essentially. As far as the industry went, she's not able to go and pursue her dream, her love, and now she is missing. She bought a gun because she was so upset what happened, so upset that because after all of her hard work and dedication and even looks, none of it mattered, because all that mattered is what was in between her legs, and she wanted to take revenge. This guy's looking at her like, gun? What are you talking about? So Marcus says, my phone, that's not his phone, that's my phone. The girl's dead. And I said, oh, now the father's pissed at Olivia. The father's like, you damn harlot. You, my daughter idolized you. She idolized you, and yet I know who you really are. You were some two-bit tramp trollop that was going sleeping around, sneaking around with these men, or with the president, with these white men, with these white devils, as Charlemagne the God would say. And you were just sleeping your way to the top. She was doing this the right way, and she lost her mind because she was trying to figure out what, really? All of the bad stuff that you've done, all of the things that she didn't see that I saw. She came here because she wanted to follow you. I didn't want her to, but she did. And now she's dead. So it's not on me. It's not on her. It's on you. So get it together. I said, ooh. Olivia wasn't ready. And now, at first, I was a little upset. Like, how are you going to put all the blame? I said, wait, he's a grieving parent. And he's not wrong. At least half of it, he's not wrong. So Olivia talks to Fitz, and Olivia was pissed because Fitz was kind of downplaying the situation, like, oh, we need to just go and have their bosses talk to them and reprimand them and fire them and all that. And Olivia said, no, we need to clean up shop. See, you don't understand this because you were born into the good old boys club, so you don't get the true ramifications of this. You don't get. I said, oh, Olivia's upset, and so she's doing what she usually does. When someone makes her upset, she goes and transfers that energy and that negative energy to someone else, and she's trying to do it to Fitz. But they realized something. They were looking. Marcus comes in with the list. Olivia looked at the list and realized something. The roommate is on the list. So she goes to the roommate and she notices the words that are next to her name, which means that she slept with the guy. So now she's talking to her, and the roommate said, yeah, she essentially got drunk enough to go and sleep with this guy so that she can get the opportunity. And Olivia said, here's the thing. Your roommate died, killed herself because she didn't do that. She didn't do that, and her career was ruined. Her reputation was ruined. And you have the opportunity to go and make amends, for her. If you really care about her and care about other women not having to do this, be subject to this, then go for it. I can't promise you a job. I can't promise you a future in this town, but I can promise you that your conscience will be clear. I said, oh, Olivia, is this the stuff that you tell yourself at night? Anyway, Marcus comes over because he wants help from the White House. And Melly agrees that this is, really important. I mean, taking down the patriarchal male establishment that's handsy and doesn't know the meaning of consent, she's all for it. But again, this is another situation where now that she's president, she wants to do it at a certain time. Marcus is over it because the time is now. The justice for this girl who just killed herself needs to happen now. So he's just like, I'm tired of dealing with you and not getting what I want. You never give me what I want. I said, ooh. Ooh. Oh. Well. Oh, okay. Okay. She told him, thank you, and leave. I said, oh gosh. So now Abby's trying to do some digging, trying to see with David what's going on. And like I said, David, he's already excused himself from the case because he can't be, he was a part of it. He was on the plane. He was with Cyrus. So, but that's a problem because now Perkins and Associates is trying to figure out, we need more information. Did David give us anything else that we could use? And that's when Red says it was Olivia. Olivia said it. And Quinn said, everyone stop what they're doing right now. It is done. Done. So now Melly and Jake, of all people, they're having the conversation. And because Melly needs someone, like people in power, at least the good people, they usually bounce their ideas off of someone. Since Melly doesn't have a significant other, she had Olivia. Since Olivia's gone, now she has Jake. Cyrus can't be fully trusted. Let's just call it what it is. And Melly said, look, I know you don't like Cyrus, but we need him. We need his help. We need him. And that's why he was on there doing the interviews and stuff, because he's very popular. At the end of the day, Jake essentially says, go with your gut. Go with what you think is the smart move now. I said, Jake, you need to go. Because Jake, first, surprisingly, Jake makes safe moves even though he's a killer. But then again, if you're used to getting away with murder, you have to go and handle yourself a certain way and accordingly. Red gives Olivia the terrible news that, I'm sorry, I had to tell them. Lying to them was too hard. So now they know. So now they don't want to work on the case. Now they don't want to work with you on this. And Olivia looked heartbroken. I felt so bad for her. She looked heartbroken. She was like, oh God, because Olivia's losing on all fronts. She has this case trying to get Cyrus down, and then also the case for the girl, and she's losing on both ends. Olivia isn't a loser, but we know right before things are done, that's when Olivia comes back stronger than ever. So now Jake and Melly, they're trying to figure out, okay, how can we get this approved? And how can we do this? How can we do that? They could use the Democrats. The Democrats would vote for a bill like that. The problem is that if you use the Democrats, then that means that, and Jake made a good point, whatever, that they'll owe you. They'll owe you, and then you'll be indebted to them, and then you won't have the support at all from your other party. And when you try to do stuff in the future, it's going to be even harder. Anyway, Melly's back is still messed up, so she's on the ground. Jake pours her hooch, as she calls it, and it was so weird. They had a moment. They had a moment where he held her hand, she looked at him, she pulled it away, and it's like, dude, first of all, you're married, and two, we work directly together. It's a full conflict of interest, people. And I'm glad she told him to leave. The fact that Jake is such a hoe, he loves women in power. That's the thing. He loves power, and he loves women in power. It turns him on. It really does. So I'm glad she asked him to leave. Now Charlie's still over it because he realizes Huck is working on Olivia's stuff. And I'm so glad Huck was, because I said, Huck, don't give up on her. Don't give up on her. Huck is us. We want her to win so bad. Marcus and Huck are us. We want her to win so bad, but just not be bad. So now Olivia... So Olivia is talking to Fitz, and listen to this. They had a moment, because you have to remember, Fitz and Olivia, how the affair started was she was working on his campaign, and so Fitz wanted to know if Olivia did what she did as far as going and sleeping with him, if it was consensual, if he crossed the line. And Olivia said a line that I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, oh my God. She said that we crossed the line together. And I would cross that line again. I said, oh God. Oh gosh, here we go. Oh, whatever. What ends up happening is Marcus comes through, and he has the girl who killed herself, her roommates there. And she does this press conference acknowledging the fact that her friend did not sleep with our boss, but she did. And she got the job, and her friend didn't. And she's not proud of her actions, but she wants to go and stand up for something now. I said, better late than never. Better late than never. And when Melly saw that, I think a light bulb kind of flickered in her mind and realized, you know what? Maybe I've been playing this thing all wrong. Maybe I keep saying Olivia this, Olivia that, but maybe I'm doing this all wrong. So next day they have Olivia's ex, aka Jake, versus Melly. And it does not go well, because Jake is trying to apologize, and Melly says, stop in your tracks. Here's the problem. Here is the real problem. You really think that you can go and have a bonding session with me and then try to sleep with me? I can't sleep with you because we work together. I am your boss. Do you see what's going on here, period, and in the world? You know how crazy that would look? First off, second, I'm not trying to be Fitz and Olivia. That's not what I'm trying to do. Because remember, Jake is married. Third, you're not slick. You think for 1 second I don't see that, oh, now that Olivia isn't here, now that Cyrus and I aren't working too close together, you come in and I'm the one with all the power. And now you want to be by my side. Jake said, don't flatter yourself. I'm here to do a job. I held your hand and made an advance at you because I actually like you. And she said, it's too convenient. It's too convenient. I agree. So he said, I'm sorry if I offended you. Have a good day. So, Jake is such a bit. Anyway, Abby comes over to talk to Olivia, and Abby essentially says that she's in. I said, does that mean that she's leaving QPA? What does that actually mean? And she's gonna help Olivia prove that Cyrus is trying to take over. And Olivia did give some speech about she made a commitment and a promise to Melly, regardless of if they're friends or working together or not. She's not gonna allow a man to go and take away an opportunity from her. And I said, oh my God. And even your hair looks better. They stopped putting on that helmet on your head. I'm so happy. Jake is contemplating his next cuckoo's next move. Huck goes and realizes, wait a minute, the code came from Charlie's computer. So now Quinn's like, Charlie, that's why you didn't want us working on this, because you had involvement in it with it? He said, no, I left that all behind. You have to trust me. I swear on our family, I didn't do that. I said, ooh, you're a lot. Ooh, you're not lying. Oh my. Oh, it's a setup. So Quinn realized it and tried to get him out of the building, but it was too late. Cyrus had his friend set up Charlie, because Charlie did work for them. Oh Lord, there's a paper trail. It's bad. And to make matters worse, now that David isn't looking over the case and Cyrus's friend is looking over the case, they're screwed. So the last thing we see is Quinn come over, and she doesn't say anything to Olivia, but she just kind of gives that look of, I'm here because I don't have a choice. Please like, comment, subscribe, come back.